So here we are at the Bonobo Retreat in Suffolk 2019. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Fideas.
So I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you. What point in the retreat evoked the most positive emotion in you? And can you label the emotion?
I think it was during being born as a bonobo, and I had a not super difficult birth, but I was yanked out by forceps, and I was all bruised when I was born, and I just felt really nurtured, and I wanted to do a rebirthing thing, and it was oh, I'm getting to do it, and this is all really nice and gentle and safe, and I don't remember being born, but from what I know about it, it wasn't like that.
Thank you. So, second question, what point in the retreat evoked the most negative emotion in you, and can you label that emotion?
I think it was when we were playing. My neck really hurt, and I was in pain, and I just felt really upset, and that at this one time I had good, it was fun and playful, and we had this card that said oxytocin, and I'm high on oxytocin, but at the same time my neck just feels all fucked up, and I'm really upset about it. But I did just lay down and rest. But yeah, it was I felt high, but also really upset because I didn't really I didn't have to take myself out of it, but I couldn't really join in.
And what point in the retreat brought you most out of your comfort zone? What did you feel?
I think I felt very out of my comfort zone when we had we were practicing the gestures for asking for sex, or we were doing a role play where we were only touching around here, but it was meant to stimulate the sex. That actually was fine in the end because we had our eyes closed for most of it, but most of the hand gestures I just didn't do them.
What point in the retreat do you think has been most beneficial to you?
I think actually strangely going in the chimp room and coming in as I was oh, I'm ready to go off into this room and be bullied now. I'm bored of being a bonobo, and it was really playful, and I really enjoyed all the attention where I was at the bottom, and then when I then went up to the next level, so someone was hitting me with a pillow, but then I was just hitting every time they hit me, I was just attacking the one beneath me, and I got something out of that. And then it became the wig was the symbol of the leader, and I managed to grab the wig and usurp everyone and become the leader, and actually in a playful way to be at the top. Felt quite powerful. Yeah.
Thank you. What was your experience of physical touch?
I that was all. Sometimes like I was a bit out of my comfort zone, but it was more like thinking about it beforehand. But that's been really, really good for me, especially because there's like people that I know quite well, and even like after a thing, I went over and like I felt my neck hurt, I felt tired, and I just went and like rested on them, and I wouldn't normally do that. Yeah, so that's been really good, and I think hopefully going forward it will make it easier.
What did you learn about yourself?
Well, I think one thing I want to say that ties into what I was just saying, I'm reminded that like the less we're used to touch, the harder it is, and the more we're used to touch, the easier it is. So to have that whole experience of like, oh, you're just gonna pretend to be bonobos and like pick things off each other and be playful and like cuddle up to go to sleep together, it's really good to do that, and I think it is easier because it's like a game, and I'm pretending to be a bonobo, and everyone else is pretending to be bonobos, or chimps. But chimps was play fighting, but it's still like it wasn't really nasty. So I guess like learning that it's easier when I'm pretending to be something else, or that, yeah.
And what did you learn about bonobos?
I learned that they seem to be like what humans could evolve into, or maybe even more specifically what queer people, or like some queer people, are evolving into or have the potential to evolve into, which is like just very loving and connected, and everyone looking after everyone else. Yeah.
Next question I think you've partly answered, but so you might pass on it, but I'll ask you anyway. How far will the workshop experience help you in your interaction with others?
Yeah, so I think well, I feel closer to everyone involved, and I think that it will. A lot of the time, I'm like, oh, I would love to like cuddle up to someone, and then like I think, I kind of maybe almost go there if I'm really attracted to someone, and then that makes it more complicated. So just having this experience of like, let's all cuddle up together and all this kind of thing. I'm hoping, and I really do think that that's just going to make it easier, just to be more affectionate in general, and to receive that easier as well.
Okay. How do you think we could improve the workshop?
I think I'm not entirely sure because it was all like experimental. I'm happy with the way that everything went. I wonder. I was thinking about on a proper retreat how people would have more explained to them about what was going to happen before it all starts. And actually, I think we could have had more explained to us before it all started over this weekend as well.
You mean like logistical? Or
I think
stuff about the novel?
maybe more just like I think there's mainly like when I was laying down and I wasn't expected, I was under a blanket to be like the birthing thing. So the first time around I was shocked because I didn't know that someone was going to come and touch me, and then like because I'd already done that, when it happened the next time when we were doing the birthing thing, I wasn't shocked because I knew that was going to happen. So yeah, I think it's just things like that really.
And finally, if you wanted to, how will you maintain your connection to the bonobo spirit?
I like the idea. I think it's like someone was saying to remember in a situation like what would a bonobo do. So there's that, and also I think like I will see people who also are working with the bonobo spirit, so that will make it easier.
Perfect. Thank you very much.